Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to the channel. Sarah here. We're going to do a reading for you today for the week of November 17th to the 23rd, 2025. Keep in mind, Pisces, this is just a general reading, so take only what resonates and leave out what does not. If you're interested in having a personal reading with me, you can go to my website, lionessmoonintuitivetarot.com. Or you can email me directly at lionessmoonintuitivetarot@gmail.com. All right, so as always, feel free to delegate the energies where you see fit. If I say I'm talking about you, it could be somebody who you're dealing with and vice versa. Same goes to you, cross-watcher. All right, so the first card that comes out, I'm doing a layered spread for you today, is feminine energy, which is the equivalent of the Empress. Regret. Somebody's feeling some sort of regret. Might be the feminine, I don't know. Maybe wanting to mend this connection, make it better, but they are at a distance right now. Somebody's wanting to mend the connection, but they're at a distance. Somebody's indecisive about what to do. That was this card. Because they feel like they've missed an opportunity here. They're holding back. And because there's a third party here. All right. So the overall energy of this reading is broken. Somebody feels shattered about the situation that's in play here. So somebody's feeling regret here about something. I always read the first layer as the person who you're dealing with, and they're indecisive about what to do. Now, obviously what we're seeing here is that there is another person involved here, or there's something that's driving a wedge between you and whoever this is coming towards you, okay? Whoever this is feeling like they've missed an opportunity. They are holding back, though, because of that reason. It looks like they do want to mend this, but there's something that's holding them back and keeping them at a distance. And it looks like for most of you, this is a third-party situation. Can we get the second layer out for Pisces? We've got relationships. This one I usually apply to the Querant. So this is you, flashback, direction, frozen, cutting ties, guidance, manifesting, ending. The overall energy of this part of your reading is strategy. Are you strategizing something here? It does, okay, so it looks like there's something here about the relationship. It looks like you're cutting ties. There's an ending showing up here. Now, there's something that happened in the past, obviously, here that's creating this energy of wanting to cut these ties. Now, you may have sought guidance as to what it is that you feel like you need to do here. Maybe you talked to somebody. There may be a therapist. Maybe there was some sort of spiritual guidance, or maybe just it could have been something that came to you in prayer or something. It could have just been a friend that you were talking to, but it looks like there's some sort of guidance that you may have been receiving as to what it is that you need to do. So you are trying to manifest a new direction here, moving into a new direction, because it looks like things have been stuck. I'm getting that whoever this is having a hard time with the loss of this connection. Is what it looks like. It looks like this connection it looks like it's in the final card of the timeline. So it looks like this is coming to an end. And it looks like you who has made this decision to do this. Okay, Pisces, because it looks like there's something here that you're not Obviously, it looks like you're just not moving forward on something. You're feeling like you need to cut ties due to something that happened already in the past with whoever this is. Let's get more on this. We've got the Emperor. We did see in that placement feminine energy, so that's the equivalent of the Empress. We've got the King of Pentacles in reverse. We've got the Five of Cups in reverse. The Sun in reverse. We've got the Two of Pentacles. The Seven of Cups. The Moon in reverse. Something's coming to light. And we've got the Nine of Wands in reverse. There's this energy of giving up on something that's been very difficult. And we've got the Hermit here. Somebody who you're connected to, it looks like this person may be your, if there is such a thing as a one and only, this may be it. It does look like there's some other party here that this person is feeling tethered to right now. And so they're confused as to what to do. There's this energy of juggling, more than one energy. Something is coming to light though here. Somebody was trying to, I'm almost getting that there's this potential, there's this energy of, we saw flashback. We're going to go through each of these placements, by the way, at the end of the reading. And as we go through each of the cards, it kind of unfolds a story. I just like going through each of the layers before I do that. It looks like there was some sort of rebound situation here. Something came to light about a rebound situation is what it looks like. And so if this person is indeed connected to somebody else and they were connecting with you while they were connected to somebody else, there may be something coming to light for that third party. It looks like somebody's giving up on something though, is what I'm saying. Oh, it could also be, because we saw in the second layer, which I always relate to the Querant, you're bringing an end to this. Once you have moved on, this person may realize something about how they actually feel. And they may decide to try to avoid losing you, this pain of loss, because it looks like they're not happy in this other situation that they're caught up in anyways. And so it looks like they're giving something up here. Can we get more on this for Pisces? We've got privileged lady. We've got mature man. We've got scythe. Great fortune. Key. Main male. Child, and whip. And the overall energy of this portion of the reading is marriage. Here's what I'm seeing, okay, is that somebody feels like you have proven to be the person who they are most interested in continuing to have a connection with, is what I'm seeing here. And it looks like there's been some sort of breakthrough about the effect that you are having on them right now. Because it looks like there's this energy of them being connected to somebody right now where it looks like they are, either they have children and a marriage and a family with somebody else, or this is somebody who has a child with you. But when I look at the other way of looking at this combination, is it looks like there's been a breakthrough as to something that brings a more favorable energy to this person's life in you than in the other party here, is what I'm seeing. Because it did show up that there was a third party. And this person is looking to cut this out right now and move towards their great fortune. Or this could be you who's doing this. It's one of the two. You're either making a decision between two, or you're one of the two people, but it looks like you are the one who they're choosing. And it looks like this is going to be punishing to this other third party, is what it's looking like. Or they may be feeling like they've been in this state of feeling punished by the third party. And this might be keeping them in a state of... That's the thing, is that these dynamics, they often exist in marriages. The dynamic of one person in the marriage is taking on this energy of having to be a disciplinarian to the other person. And I've seen it where the person who needs the discipline actually wants the discipline. I've seen that. Like, why didn't you keep me in line? That was your job. It's like they were not already grown enough to know better, is what it is sometimes. And that's what it's looking like. Somebody has taken on role of disciplinarian, but I'm almost getting that whoever it is that's been in this situation is ready to move forward and get out of it now. There's somebody who has, because it's almost like this old dynamic that has existed for somebody, they're ready to kind of transcend that or ascend that in some way by doing something different. And it looks like you may have brought something different to this person's life that allows them to align with a more mature side to themselves, is what it looks like. And so this is a quality in you that makes you favorable to whoever this is, because it's allowing them to grow now in a way that where it felt like they're not growing in another connection, and it doesn't look like they're going to. Sometimes these old dynamics don't die, they die hard, right? A change in the wind is your next card. We've got soulmates. It's showing up as a soulmate connection. Message in a bottle. Yin. Flexible. To the sea. Come to the edge. Yeah, things have been precarious for somebody. And higher power comes out. The overall energy of this portion of the reading is loyal heart. So here's what I've got, okay, Pisces? So far, what I have seen is that in the first layer that we had looked at, which was your person, somebody here is broken over a situation. They're feeling like they want to make something better, but they're also feeling somewhat tethered to another person, is what it looks like. There's a lot of deep regret. It looks to me like you're like, I'm sick and tired of waiting for you. I'm moving on to somebody else. That's what it looks like. or just ending this. It looks like you're ready to bring this to an end. And then we saw in the last portion of the spread that there was this energy of this person starting to recognize that we do see that there's this hermit here. So this introspection, contemplation, recognizing. They may even be, if you're dealing with like a Virgo or a Gemini type energy, they may even be making a list of all the reasons why they see you as the ultimate partner. Because I'm seeing that whoever this is really carefully considering the pros and cons of the situation, and maybe even really comparing both people to each other. And they're seeing that there's something that is brought out in them in the connection with you, as opposed to who they are connected to here. We see loyal heart, we see soulmates. It looks like right now there's a change going on where somebody's going to have to really, like, there's going to be some major changes to somebody's life. They're going to have to be willing to be flexible and move through these changes in the best way that they possibly can. And a part of that has to do with distancing themselves from what has been more familiar in their more recent past. Whatever this is, though, feels like a precarious situation to somebody. Now, if the two of you are indeed in no contact, it looks like this person wants to be able to communicate with you. Some of you, they may be telepathically communicating with you. The yin card is the equivalent to the high priestess and we've got higher power showing up here. So this is showing up as a very strong connection on a very, spiritual level. So that's what it looks like. It looks like somebody is making big decisions here about what they want to do. Let's get the last layer here for Pisces. We've got pleasure. Shoot. I can't put this on camera here. I need to find the stickers. Sorry. There's imagery on this card that cannot be shown on camera here. So we've got pleasure showing up. Next layer, or next card, we've got embracing the shadow. We've got almost all of them. We've got laughter. I'm just going to put them all on. This is just such a pain. All right, laughter. I should just not even show it to the camera, honestly. We've got feelings and emotions. We've got centering. Mystery. Oh, I'm getting what's going on here. Relationship. And we've got abundance here. So I'm getting here that there may be something that has been repeated from the past. We did see flashback in your energy. So there may be something about the past here that has made it so that there's something that's been mysterious. The overall energy of this part of the reading is growth. Something about growth. Now, there's something about chasing pleasure here that is causing somebody to go down a road where there's some sort of consequence for that. There's some sort of consequence to trying to achieve some sort of pleasure. And it looks like, it feels like laughter shows up. It could be alcohol. It could be substances. It could be, passionate connections. But there's something about going for that has made somebody, this could be you, this could be the person you're dealing with, have to face something about themselves. And it's usually because there may be some sort of karma here, and actually getting themselves centered. And in doing so, there's been some sort of mystery that's being resolved here. There's something here that has, like, so there have been experiences that somebody has had in their life where they have never understood why these experiences are happening until they start to recognize this aspect of themselves. It has to do with pleasure seeking, okay, in relationships. So it is probably a passionate thing related to sexuality. We've got laughter. So it could be just having fun, lots of fun, joy and laughter. But it does look like there's something here about recognizing pleasure and then also recognizing the importance of actually having joy and laughter in a relationship and how this is going to affect your feelings. So for some of you, a sense of humor might be important moving forward. A lot of you might be ready to end whatever it is that you've been going through with whoever this is and move on to something that feels like you're going to receive the abundance of whatever it is that you truly need. And it doesn't look like it's necessarily pleasure. It looks like it has to do with joy, laughter, and actually having some level of enjoyment. Also emotions and feelings. I'm getting that there's this energy of joy, laughter, and emotional availability that is going to bring some sort of abundance into your life, is what it looks like. So let's go through each of these placements. We've got pleasure. There's going to be a change. There's a change with regard to that. Now it's changing. It might be changing your viewpoint on being the one who this person, who anybody chooses, being like the pick-me person. The privileged lady is often the pick-me person. Look, I can prove that I'm the prize to be won. You know, so there's some sort of change with regard to that mentality, and it's related to pleasure, is what it looks like. Because this has been affecting your relationships and between the masculine and the feminine, is what it looks like. So as a result of having to go through something to do with understanding the chasing of the pleasure, there's been an embracing of shadow self here through soulmate connections. Your soulmates are here to teach you something that you were meant to. There was some sort of contract, like soul contract, that you would have had with people in order to, and a lot of you are becoming more mature. This could be the person you're dealing with. It is showing up as mature man. So it could be the masculine who's going through this. It could be you. It doesn't, or it could, see, I'm assuming that most of my audience is feminine. I think most of my audience on YouTube is feminine. I don't know what the demographic is on TikTok. But it's showing up as much. There's somebody who's growing up here, definitely. To go from the King of Pentacles in reverse to mature man, there's some sort of regret about the past here. Somebody's having regret about the past. And it has to do with chasing. I'm trying to crack the code here. I know that there's a reason why it's coming out like this. It has to do with pleasure seeking and recognizing the karma that has come about as a result of doing that. And so we're centering, we're getting up to a place of balance, centering here, centering balance after maybe being a little overly flexible here, maybe bending over backwards in a situation. There's been some sort of breakthrough, and it does look like somebody is having an understanding as to who, there's a third party, somebody is wanting to cut ties trying to figure out, but they're indecisive, or at least that's been part of the earlier part of the timeline. There's some sort of mystery as to how it is that they're going to distance themselves from this other person. It's showing up again. We've got main male. There's confusion. There's some sort of guidance that they may need to oversee or seek out because they feel like they've missed an opportunity, is what I was getting. Here's what I've got, okay? Either you or somebody who, because it's going to be two, I'm sure half the Pisceans watching this video are going to align themselves with the first scenario, and then I've got a second scenario. Some of you were connected to this person and they went off and had a third party situation where they were pleasure seeking. And now they're coming to a conclusion as to how this has led them down this probably a dark path. If they're having to embrace a shadow part of themselves, that means that they followed the path of temptation. That's the devil. The shadow self is the devil. And having to recognize the importance of what you brought to their life. And it looks like it has something to do with joy and laughter and fun and emotional availability. Or this person this is scenario number 2. This person has already been married to somebody, and while they were married, connected to you in some way, and it was because of the fact that they were chasing pleasure. But they realized in the period of time that they were getting to know you that there was more to this, but they're still tethered to this other connection. And now they're trying to figure out, in both cases, this person is trying to figure out how to get out, is what it looks like. So now we've got relationship here. Somebody is feeling like things are precarious, like they're living on the edge. We've got child here. They may have a child with whoever this is, or there's just this energy of feeling helpless like a child because that's what I'm getting with the come to the edge and the child card. There's this energy of helplessness. It's there's something that's coming to light for them, and they're trying to manifest you back is what it looks like, but they're still holding back because they're tethered. They are attached to another energy. But we've got laughter coming in. They are realizing something about the joy that you bring. They want to communicate. They're going to have to cut something out with the scythe. It does look, though, that just be aware that they don't want to lose you. Obviously, they don't want to feel the pain of loss. But if they are attached to somebody else, this has some serious rebound energy on it. So just be aware of that. They are shifting direction. They do want to mend this with you. We've got feelings and emotions here. It looks like they're definitely feeling really sad. There's some sort of deep spiritual knowing here with the Yin card about the great fortune that you bring to their life. They're feeling very unhappy because they're frozen, and they know they're stuck. That's what frozen. They're stuck in a situation they don't want to be in, and they are at a distance from what they believe to be their joy and happiness. And so we've got abundance, higher power. Here's what I've got, okay, Pisces. A lot of you, this person is going to try and end this with the karmic. There's no question. I'm seeing that, definitely. There's been this punishing energy that has been so difficult and hard on somebody that they want to actually let go of this. They're ready to just give up with the 9 of Wands in reverse. That's my give up energy. They're ready to give up. They're ready to end this. With the third, we've got a third party here. But like I had said, for some of you, you may have already decided to end it with this person, because I'm seeing that you're just not waiting around necessarily. And it may be after that that they decide they know what they want. But it does look like whoever this is wants to go after what they know makes them happy, and they're ready to end something with somebody else, is what it looks like. So we've got that I'm getting very strongly here that this person is going through a major growth phase in their life. Like we saw that mature, it's mature man is what showed up, but just take it as it resonates. We don't have to get too caught up on the genders. Feeling some level of growth. They're realizing that they feel loyal to you. They're having some level of introspection about something to do with either the marriage that they were in with you or the marriage that they're in. They may be in another marriage, or you're the marital person. And it's not clear to me with the way that these came out. So I'm going to assume that half of you fit into scenario 1 and the other half fit into scenario 2. Either way, both of them add up to whoever this is realizing something about what you bring to their life that is superior to what they're dealing with right now. And they're trying to strategize, figuring out, and that's what it looks like. They're stuck right now. They're still in a position where they're trying to strategize how to do this because they're feeling very broken about this. Let's pull a few energies from this deck before we close out for you, Pisces. Can you tell us more about this reading, Spirit? I want you is what comes out. This person wants you. They want to be more than friends with you. I want to be more than friends comes out. I lost myself. I'm reading that as this person is lost. This person is totally lost right now, and that's what's coming up here. This person is still at a distance, doesn't know how to get out of the situation that they are caught up in, and they are going to need time to heal. And I was kind of getting that when I saw that 5 of Cups in reverse in that placement. If you do want to try and make this work, a lot of you might be saying, no, I'm done with waiting for this person. But if you are, just be aware that when they do come towards you, it's on a rebound. So that's always a precarious situation, which we had seen with the Come to the Edge card. So just be aware of that. So Pisces, that is your reading for the week of November 17th to the 23rd. Thank you so much for all of your support, your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. And until I read you again, take care and bless.